Entrepreneur here for another episode on the Digital Marketing School. And again, we have Ryan with us. So Ryan actually just did the previous video that we mentioned a little bit back, where we did the hosting and picking a domain. So now we're actually going to move into building a customized website that you guys will actually be able to do for your customers, as long as it's a base level site. If you guys aren't a actual developer, if you don't have coding experience, you're not going to be able to build those big custom websites from scratch. You will have to hire an actual developer, but this is something you can apply to use for your own digital marketing agency, for small clients that just need what's called a business card site, or even just a small restaurant that needs a basic menu, doesn't even necessarily need online ordering. The cool thing is you can actually, even if they do need extra things added on, you can hire a developer and have them plug those things into your site too. So there's still ways that you can use this technique to build a website and make really, really good money off of web development. So I'm just going to pass it straight over to Ryan. And in this, just really quick, I guess let me preface with, we're going to quickly go into how to set up on some of the on-site SEO, how to prepare the actual back end of your site. And then in the next part, which will be part 2, we're going to talk about the actual design and setup of the actual site itself, how it should look and how it should flow. So Ryan, take it away.
Hey guys, how's it going? Back again by popular demand.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. So what he was saying, there's a bunch of ways to go about making a website. We're going to do the one that has the absolute minimum skill level required. It was actually kind of tough for me to do it because it's so little. It was a little bit of a learning curve, or I guess down curve. But yeah, so I guess the way to do it, introduce it. There's 3 ways to kind of go about making a site. There's the classic way, which is from scratch, which requires a lot of training, practice, and then your first 2 sites look bad anyways. So a lot of time goes into that. And then from there, you can go to kind of like a 50-50, like medium coding. Like you'll have the back end stuff set, and you just take care of the good looking stuff in the front. Some stuff like that would be kind of like GoDaddy's Builder. I think we kind of talked about that a little bit. Also, WordPress is the big one. I think 90% of websites on the web are WordPress. But we're going to go even lower learning curve than that. We're going to do absolutely no coding required. So it's just like you're editing a PowerPoint for a presentation or whatever you did, back in the just basic computer skills, essentially.
Yeah. Right.
All very visual too. So I guess we just dive into it. Should we just dive into it?
Let's go ahead and jump right in.
All right. We're using Wix. One of the 3. The 3 big ones: Squarespace, Shopify. Well, Shopify is more for e-commerce. Squarespace is more for it's called Material Theme, and Wix.
Designers, artists, stuff like that use it.
Yeah, and Wix and Weebly are more for functionality. Weebly is a worse version of Wix. So here we are, right at Wix.
So just so you guys know, it is as simple as doing this. You can literally just come to their site. You basically create an account with an email address. Ryan's going to do that really quickly here. And you can go into building a site. And I think the quickest I built a site on Wix and WordPress, or not Wix, not WordPress, but Wix. I think I did a full site, fully designed content on there and everything in 4 hours. And you can easily charge for a base site like this on Wix, a quick $1,000. So if I can do one of these a day, that's $1,000 a day. I mean, you guys can make literally your nut off of just building websites. It is that simple. And if you can find enough people who need basic websites and can afford to do $1,000 is a really good price point for websites. It really doesn't cost. That's not a lot to spend for a business. $1,000 is nothing. Most people are charging anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 minimum for a basic website.
Yeah, and if they hassle you for
$1,000, it's not going to be the best website out there, but it will be a high performing website if you build it the right way. So.
Yes, and they hassle you for lower than that. It's not worth your time, and just tell them, hey, there's free website builders out there, and then direct them towards Weebly so they get frustrated, and then you can build it on Wix.
Even if you're new to this and you're trying to take on customers, guys, I don't recommend going less than $1,000 for a website. Seriously, $1,000 is super affordable for anybody, for someone to come in and build the site for them, optimize it for SEO, put good content on there, graphics, all of that, that's nothing for these people to pay. So just a quick little tip for you guys.
All right, so we are doing a pizza store, RK Pizza.
Restaurant. We're continuing off the last episode, guys. So this is actually going to be RK Pizza.
Right, and we're actually going to start right at one of their pre-built templates. They're all pretty aggressive style, but they all look pretty good. So you just hover over it, click edit.
So basically, what it's doing here, guys, since it's a templated builder, it's putting everything together for you. It's actually taking all that code, building out a website, and putting all the pages together so that way you're able to edit it.
So one thing with Wix is when, like he was saying, it's building it all out for you and coding it all. Yes, but if you are super ambitious and want to do stuff super more, like you want to be more involved in it, you can't really do Wix because it's in its own language. So that's kind of a disclaimer there. But if you're just doing a site for someone else, like a restaurant site like we're about to do, you don't have to worry about that.
Right, guys. So just remember, if you require customization, so what Ryan means is they build their website in their own language. So you guys have probably heard of like JavaScript, or Java, or what is it, C# or Objective-C. You know, all of these are different coding languages. So Wix basically developed their own type of language that they use to make it to where people can just build templates and they can plug and play them on every site, right? So that's how it makes it easy for you guys to come in here and just create a website because they're already set up to be built a specific way. So just know, you know, there are ways where you can customize it more. You have to purchase a certain level package with them, and then you're still going to have to hire a developer who knows Wix coding to get in there and specialize on it. But just be aware that if you plan for a site, or if your potential customer plans for a site to be upgraded in the near future, and they know that they're going to say add on a online store, you might want to consider, you know, convincing them that they need to spend the extra upfront for an even better build and go with something like WordPress. And that's what Ryan is a professional at. He is an expert WordPress developer, and you can build a fully customizable site using WordPress. So.
All right, guys, so the first thing you'll notice that in Wix, they do it by apps, kind of like you do on your smartphone. The reason they do this is because they want to make as much money off of you as possible. So they charge a little bit for a lot of these little extensions. So we're going to go and navigate about it, you know, spending $0 and make sure we're getting the maximum SEO for no money. Okay, so here's all the apps. You got like the Wix Restaurants, which is not relevant to what we're doing right now. We got the Get Found in Google, which is something that we will do right now. We got email marketing. It's another way for them to make money. There's a lot of, I know Jordan vouches for a couple of, you know, email customer relation managers. Wix wants you to do it with them because they can make more money off you. Domains. In the first video, we talked about domains, and we will hook up our purchase domain onto our Wix website, which will require us to give Wix money for hosting, which is also something we covered in the first video. They have an invoice function. I'm not sure about its strength, and then everything else is pretty good. Roles and permissions is something that you'll give your clients if they want to make edits on their own. And then other apps, these are third-party apps right here. Stuff that you can do without apps. Like visitor analytics, you can just use Google Analytics. Site Booster, I don't even know what that is. It's probably something that's not another way to make money. Anyway, so we're going to get started with their little, they have a little like Get Found in Google, which walks you through a lot of the stuff we kind of hit on in the first video. So in the first video, we talked about keywords. I don't know what personalized plan is. I guess it's just like targeting and get your website ranked, but that's just kind of natural through the SEO tactics that we covered in the first video. So the first, what is your business name? We said that, like I keep mentioning the first video, but we emphasize this heavily in the first video, how it's the most important thing and how you want everything to kind of match up with your business name. You want this in every place you can possibly have it. Where is it located? We'll do Atlanta.
You.
How do people search for you in Google? This is their way of saying pick some keywords out. They let you pick 5 I don't know if it's because they want to charge you for more, or if they are trying to be smart with the keywords. But I'm gonna put pizza place, or what say pizza. This is where Jordan's expertise would come in. Jordan, what do you think you should do here? Atlanta?
Yeah, I would say pizza restaurant Atlanta. That would be a keyword, because keywords aren't just singular words. They're usually phrasing, because people are actually searching. When they search for a pizza restaurant, they're not just typing in pizza. If they go to Google and type in pizza, it's too broad. So if you're doing it for a local restaurant, you're going to want to stick with local keyword phrasing. So do something like pizza restaurant in Atlanta, pizza restaurant Atlanta, pizza delivery Atlanta if you do delivery, pizza takeout Atlanta. You want to focus on keyword phrasing that's going to be useful.
I agree, and we'll see if they can let us do that. It's called long-tailed keywords.
Right.
But in this kind of format, they're not really letting us do that. Anyway, pizza restaurant Atlanta. Pizza in Atlanta is a good one, too. And I'm a big believer in that you want your brand name in there, too.
Right.
All right, let's create our SEO plan. Well, they let you analyze your keywords, too. But I would use Jordan's training and not Wix's free builder. So if you guys have made it this far, I'm sure you've seen these videos about analytics and SEO and such.
Right. So the free builder you could easily use if you just want to put up a quick agency website, but that's all I would recommend using it for. And even then, I mean, if you're ever planning on building your agency site, you're not going to want to use that either. So
this thing has a checklist, kind of like the things we kind of mentioned and touched on briefly before. We'll go into a little more detail, but so they give you the green for size mobile friendly. I'm sure everyone here are experts and know that 3/4 of your clicks are probably going to be coming from phones, especially if you're a restaurant.
Right.
So that check is good. And Wix doesn't load. I won't give it an A+ on loading fast on mobile, but it does look good on mobile. So there's that check. Homepage is set to be visible in search results. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. This is saying update the homepage's SEO title. This is going to be, I'm going to tell you what it is. We're doing this because we want our homepage title to match our name, our business name. We want to have a geolocation, which is Atlanta, and something maybe like a little bit about our company, depending on how much space we take up. We have enough space to do all of them.
Right. So it'd be something like RK Pizza, Atlanta, Georgia, pizza restaurant, or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
And again, your title to your website is also known as the H1 tag. So
yes, an H1 tag.
If you hear Ryan reference an H1 tag, just know that that's what he's talking about.
Yes.
Stands for header 1, basically.
Yes, and your H1's applied to every single page of your website. There it is, trying to upsell me some more. Okay, so it does give you instructions how to change this. So if you look at this thing, it says, go to your Wix editor, pages menu, choose page, click on the settings menu, page SEO, and paste text under the page. It wants you to copy this because it's recommended. Oh, look at that, this little copy thing. And then you go, we're going to go edit this now. So here's your pages. Home is where your H1 is going to be. It says to click on these little dots, and then we got the page SEO right here. So when you do builders that have no coding, you have to do it kind of through this way. This is very familiar. I've used other builders before. They use this kind of same, they're called cards. And then it's just pretty easy. It's kind of like a file structure, honestly.
Right.
Okay. So,
but just a quick little reference, guys. What Ryan's doing here is on-site SEO. If you guys are wondering what on-site SEO is, this is a big part of it. It's organizing your site, naming your site, including keywords on your site, and making sure that when Google comes in to read it, this is all the stuff that Google's robots, or what you've heard called spiders, actually read. This is the information it's looking at. So that's why this is important, because again, a robot comes to your site and it can't see the visual text that says RK Pizza and just automatically know, okay, this pizza, or that big picture of pizza, rather, not the text, because it actually does read the text, but it can't look at that picture and just automatically know that you have a pizza restaurant. So what does it rely on? It relies on all of the text used to build the site to determine what type of site you're hosting. So that's what Ryan's actually doing right here. He's just quickly going through the homepage, and he's adding in all of the necessary keywords. He's doing what we just mentioned for the H1 tag, where you add in RK Pizza, the geolocation, so Atlanta, Georgia, and then pizza restaurant. This is all the stuff that you can see in the bottom of that screen, that Google ad right there. That's how it appears when someone searches for your type of restaurant on Google. That's what the actual Google ad will look like. So that's why all this is important, and that's why we wanted to start with this step. The most important step isn't the design, because yes, I mean, the design does a great job. It helps with conversion, but if you're never found, the design doesn't mean anything.
Yes, and it's loading very slow, so I apologize for that.
No, it's okay. Wix can sometimes be slow to work in, guys, because it is literally just forwarding a website to you. So it takes some time to work in, just like ActiveCampaign can be a little slow sometimes. So just be patient with it, but it is a really good site to use for beginners and people who are just looking to, make some quick money doing websites. So when you're typing this stuff out, guys, just remember to think of what a customer is going to go and do when they go to Google. When they go to search for something on Google, how would you search for a pizza restaurant in your local area? How would you search for, let's look at something maybe a little more national. How would you search for a computer? Like if you're doing, say, computer sales for someone who sells computers online, how would you search for a computer when you go to Google? And when you come to build the website for that, say, computer salesman or that computer sales company, this is what you want to consider. You consider, okay, when someone types in, when they're going to Google to look for a laptop, what's the actual search query that they're going to put in? And that's what you want to take into consideration when you build out your actual descriptions for your pages, your header tags, all of that, because that's what's going to, again, help Google determine what your website is doing.
Perfect. So I went ahead and saved those changes that we made. And now this should be green. Nice job. We're making progress. All right, so the next thing is homepage SEO. Oh, that's what we just did. Homepage SEO description is good to go. Homepage content is optimized. It's just reading to see how many times our keywords are on it. And because we chose a pizza template, we're good to go.
And one quick thing while we're on keywords, guys, Ryan did say I just typed in pizza a bunch, but he didn't really. So you don't want to go into the description and just type in pizza, 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 pizza. Search engines actually look at that negatively and will hurt your rank or your score as far as ranking you on a search engine. So that is a old tactic that people used to use that Google obviously caught on to and made a way for them to be able to read that kind of stuff. So definitely don't do something like that. Write an actual description that's informative and short and to the point.
Yes. Okay, so this is another one that's a good practice when you're building websites, and one that's vital when you're doing it from scratch. You have to add alt text to images, and you want your alt text to be similar to your keywords, but not exact, kind of like he was just explaining. So saying we have no alt text on our images. So let's see what images we got in here, or which one it gave us. We got this handsome man that looks just like me. All right, so it should have, we got a link. It should have alt here. What's in the image? Add alt text here. So we'll just say this is me. So we'll just say this is Ryan Kezar. So what this does is when Google reads it, it reads the image file, the image size, and then it reads what it is about, aka the alt text. So this is me. This is good looking me, so I'm going to put Ryan Kezar, but at the same time, I want it to match up with my site.
Right, so pizza restaurant.
Yes.
Ryan Kezar's Pizza Restaurant or something like that.
Yes, exactly. Man, you're killing me with having to spell restaurant so many freaking times today. All right.
I literally had a video. The students are going to laugh at this. I had a video not too long ago where I was shooting, and I was like, I used to actually have trouble spelling restaurant. And then I spelled it wrong. I was like, God dang it.
Oh, that's funny. All right, and So does the image have a tooltip? This isn't really SEO helpful. This is just, honestly, a caption. Like when you read in your textbooks back in the day, like remember the captions they had? It's depending on the nature of your site, you'll add these or not. I'm not going to do it just because we are doing alt text. Okay.
Right.
Not changing the image, and we should be good to go. I should just be able to click out here and save.
So another quick example, guys, for the header or the hero image above that image of Ryan's doppelganger. If you were to add alt text for the image above, you could literally do something like the name of that particular pizza, and then maybe the name of your business or something like that.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so we added our alt text to that photo. You do want to do this to every single photo on your website because we're just doing a tutorial today. I just wanted to show you how to do it. We just added it to the fancy photo of me. All right, so up to the contact information. This is obviously vital and important that this matches up with your SSL, which we briefly spoke about in the first video too. All right, so when you choose a template with Wix, it usually gives you a contact page. Looks like it didn't this time, so what we'll do, location's ours. Boom, there it is. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll just edit it like it's a text box in Microsoft Word.
Right, and guys, you don't always have to do a contact page, but honestly, in this, this example, this was a pre-built templated site. They didn't include a contact page. My recommendation as a marketer for a restaurant or any type of food service, you want to always include a contact page.
Yes, I agree with that.
Other than the menu, the contact page is probably the most viewed page on a restaurant.
Cool. So we're on Pizza Street, which is convenient for SEO. Our telephone number, and I think we just want to put in a random email here just so it gives us the check mark.
Jordan@jordan.com.
Yes, and make sure one of the disadvantages of Wix is, besides the fact that it loads slow, is you have to save every time you do a change, or it will not save. So
always save your work, guys. Don't do 45 minutes worth of work and then your internet kick out and you have to do it over again. If I can stress anything about development, save every chance you get.
All right, so it's not giving us the green yet because it says the telephone number is not custom.
Just do mine.
Well, I can just do. It just has to be not what it's. It has a simple query stopping us right here. So, all right, so I'll do the phone number. Got to save it again because that's how the editor works. So just remember that when you're working on this website, because it's all through a browser and not like when you're on Word, I think Word saves automatically now. It's not going to save automatically because you're working through a server. So make sure whatever you do is get in the habit of always pressing the save button. All right, so we'll refresh this because the phone number is now different. Boom. All right, so last one. This one's really important to have your social links linked to your website and vice versa. I don't know, Jordan, you want to go a little bit why that's important?
Right. So again, guys, we've talked about it in SEO before. Social links are, other than the fact that people expect social media to be involved if you have a business, it also helps with adding another listing to your list of listings for a particular business. So every social media account, you attach a phone number, a business address, a website URL, and Google, so search engines actually go through and look at all of those social media pages, and the more engagement you get on those social media pages, the more that link stands out to Google. So it's just another key way for you to be found on the internet and for it to add link structure and link depth to your website and to your overall internet presence.
Yes, and now this stuff might seem kind of tedious, especially if you're doing this for a client. But if you're just doing $1,000 for a website, it's worth the time to do this because they're not going to see results, and then they're going to get frustrated with you that why is there's a site that's not getting found. And this is just simple stuff. Like as soon as you finish all of this stuff and publish your site through Wix, your client should be able to find their site if they Google their name. So
Right.
at least a good start there.
Well, not necessarily immediately, because you have to give it time for Google to crawl, I would assume, right?
Yeah, but you can just index it. I don't know if you covered that one in your videos, but you just would finish it, publish it, index it, and
we'll talk about indexing in another video. I haven't gone into that yet, but
gotcha.
yes, it's a key thing to go into, so I will do a video on that. But just know, guys, that like Ryan said, if they're spending $1,000, you need to go through every single page of their site and do alt text for every image. You need to do SEO for every page. You need to do, make sure every image is compressed, which we'll talk about in the design video. There's tons of things that you want to make sure you do, because it will optimize the site for better results. It'll make you look better. Like, don't go half-assed with this. If you guys are going to do this for your customers and you're already using Wix, Wix is already putting you at a little bit more of a disadvantage to where if you were to use, say, a WordPress builder. So if you're going to do that, don't, shortcut yourself there and then make it even worse. If you're really going to do it all the way and get everything set up, because it will give them better results with regards to search engines.
Yes. So good thing with free builders is they come with the, oh gosh, it's kind of laggy. Okay, it comes with like the icons. So
right.
You don't have to make these
icons. You basically just click on one and plug in the URL.
Yep, exactly. So I wonder if I put in a fake one, if it will.
No, we don't have to go through all that.
Okay, all right. You get it.
Yeah, they understand that.
Perfect.
And that's the best part, guys. Wix provides you a checklist of everything you need to do to get this site set up and running properly. So
yes, and if you want further tips, I think, Jordan, you share the documents too that we kind of flesh some of the stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay, so these steps right here are stuff we've already done on the homepage. I don't know, Jordan, if you want us to go through that too, but this is just the same thing where you update the SEO title. So
yeah, we'll show you a little bit about that in the actual design video where we, update header tags inside the actual website.
Yes, if you want to see how to do this, just rewind back to when we did it, like, I think 5-10 minutes ago, and just repeat that for whatever page you're on. You'll go up to here. You'll go to select your page, and just whatever page you want to do it for every single page. Don't forget to do that, and it's just right here in the setting docs. Yep. Okay, cool. All right, so SEO, that's basically that's kind of like the framework. And now the key is to get your content to match everything we just did. So it's like you're writing a research paper, and you got to have your title matching a research paper for, so the person knows what they're reading it, and then that will be loved by search engines, and then you'll have people find you, and you'll be happy, and they'll be happy.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to get out of this SEO Wiz app from Wix, which I'm not sure if you have to save it like you do. Yeah, okay, we're good. All right, so we're going back to my website, RK Pizza. We're going to look at some other apps here. Now we're going to look at contacts, because I think contacts and email marketing, you've been, Jordan, I know Jordan has, what's the vendor that you look for their email marketing?
We use ActiveCampaign, and yeah, they're well aware of what provider I use. It's up to you guys if you feel like using Wix's email marketing platform. I've never used it. I couldn't vouch for it. I do know that ActiveCampaign integrates with it, or at least I'm pretty positive that it integrates with it. So that's all you would actually want to do. If you use ActiveCampaign, there's an integration section on Wix, and all you do is you integrate that specific site. And they give you instruction on how to do that.
Great. Okay, so this is where Wix will get you, or one of the downsides of using Wix. But we're going to connect our domain name, but because we're connecting our domain name, that means they don't get the free SEO from you. So what happens if you do the free version of Wix, your site isn't found unless it's a / of Wix. Right. So Wix takes advantage of that. That's kind of like their way of paying for you for free. So when you connect your own domain, you're going to have to select a plan, which is hosting plan, which we covered and went into detail in our last video. Similar to the GoDaddy plans, you're going to select the one, and you're going to have to use this. You have your domain already through GoDaddy, like we just set it up, but Wix requires you to use their hosting if you're not going to advertise for them for free, which we're not. So I guess we'll select the most popular. I guess depending on your client, you can do like less expensive ones, like a restaurant, like we just did. Or I guess this is actually just their quote hosting plan for restaurants, you know. So something like this right here, the basic one, that would be if you're not going to connect your email through the website. That's going to be if you don't think you're, you know, it could be a stepping stone. It could be more enticing to your client if it's only $9 a month as opposed to $20. This is going to be how you check out and how you're going to put your site live so your client will see it. So you'll do this. You'll select your hosting plan. You'll tell your client this is this. The reason why this is bad because you want to upsell your client. You want to sell your client on around $20 a month for their hosting or $40 a month, and then if you can get them to do that and only charge yourself this, you know, you're making $30 a month and it's passive income.
Right.
Or you can just set them up through it with their own credit card and not have the headache of dealing with them. But that's personal preference as well. Just ways to go about this. We spoke in the first video about registrars too. You can just straight up buy your domain name right here through Wix, but they'll make another premium off of you for being a registrar. But they are certified, like we spoke about in the first one too. Okay. All right, and the last thing we're going to do is briefly talk about Google Analytics, and I'm pretty sure Jordan has a couple videos about how it benefits and how you can change your site based on your customers' behavior, and it's just good to have the stats. And so you always want to add it to your site. And with Wix, it's another way for them to, they include it with the premium package, which is how you connect your domain and how you get, so you got to upgrade the premium package. And I think the premium package also includes hosting. And that way, after you do that, it will let you connect your Google Analytics, which will just, you'll take your code that Google Analytics spits out at you, and you'll copy and paste it into their analytics thing, which I think you'll find, let's see here. All right, so you go to Site, you'll go to your Site Manager, and Analytics, right here. Turned off for me, obviously, because I didn't pay for premium. And yeah, you'll just, honestly, just copy and paste them, just like you do every day on your computer. So it's really easy. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I think, Jordan, you wanted to talk about the Facebook Pixel as well?
Yeah, the last part. So, you know, like he said, all you do with the Google Analytics, you literally just take the Google ID, which is over on your Google Analytics account, and you plug it in there once you pay for the premium package. Outside of that, guys, you're going to go to Wix, and I'll share my screen with you really quickly so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so for the Facebook Pixel, I'm just briefly going to show you what I want to basically show you for Wix here. When you're using Wix, all you're going to do, where is it at? Right here. All you're going to do is you're going to come to Wix, and then you're going to navigate to your dashboard for that account. Again, after you purchase the premium package, so you're able to do all this. But all you do is you go to your domains page, which is going to be on your dashboard. You just click domains. You click the arrow next to the relevant domain, click remarketing, and then you add the actual Pixel ID in the field under Facebook Pixel. And that's it. It submits it all through your site, does all the work for you, makes it super easy. You just get your Pixel ID from your business account manager over at Facebook. But that's basically it. Those are the quick things we wanted to cover. Again, this was all about SEO, making sure that your website is optimized for use. So in the next video, we're actually going to go over design and how to set up the website basically to look good and also perform well with regards to website design. So that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that we were able to show you in this quick little bit. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, as always, just leave them in the comments section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So stay tuned for the next video where we actually show you how to build a website. See you later, guys. Thanks.